Hello. Welcome to Cardminds. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be an Aries weekly money and career reading from September 22nd to the 28th, 2025. Aries, welcome, welcome. Let's see what messages we have for this upcoming week. Aries weekly money and career, September 22nd to the 28th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I hope you are well. Be on the lookout on the here out for the magic word if you're interested in putting your name in the hat for free reading. All you have to do is put the magic word down below in the comments section. And be subscribed. I will pull one name and announce it at the end of the month of September. So grab your best headphones, earbuds for better sound, and let's get started. Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus. What do we need to know? What are the messages here for the sign of Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus? Money and career, September 22nd to the 28th. What do we need to know? What are the messages here for this week? All right, I think that is it. They all popped out at the same time. Lots of cards here. Let's see what we got, Aries, for this week. What are the messages? What do we need to know? Am I keeping this like this? Okay. All right. I usually don't read reversals, but only if I feel that they are the right message to deliver. The World, Ace of Cups, the World, Three of Wands, Ten of Cups, Death card, Nine of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, Seven of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Cups. Okay, so the delay is over. You're at the end of the cycle that was difficult, burnout or done, or, the difficult energy to move forward within this new configuration of the job, new configuration of your business, or the search of a job, or just the fatigue and the burnout to make this happen. You are here we go, right? You have felt unsupported, you have had to persevere, you have felt sort of outside or outcasted or not heard, or you are now, moving forward in this new cycle, letting go, done. And now you can embrace success. You can embrace a new creative energy. You are out of the stagnation, out of the delays, out of the waiting, hands tied, not knowing what to do, not being heard, not without the callbacks, the conversations, the meetings, and the information you needed. Wow, okay. And so the move is there. Like, you've planned your next move, but it's been so difficult and complicated. Now it's there. Now it's going to develop. Now it's going to be rewarding. The mission, not the mission is accomplished, but the confidence now and the trust in the vision, the job, the idea, the business is now, you can expand. The movement is forward. You're really moving into something successful, but this is something that has been thought through. This is something that you've had to learn, that you've had to be patient, documentation, information, contracts, signatures, talking, getting loans, whatever. This is something you've worked on really, really hard. And so now, for this vision, it is now moving forward. And now you can anticipate a positive return, which is really making you very happy. And for you, the most important is sort of that that unity, that fulfillment, that creative fulfillment, that harmony, the value of what you represent, the value of your business, the value of your job. That is that contentment and that happiness bringing in harmony. There has been a lot of energies you've had to let go. It is a new cycle, but you've worked really, really hard. It's the end of a financial phase. It's the end of maybe a type of job, a type of business, or an energy that you have been stagnating in to try to find solutions. Whether, again, it's trying to get that job, trying to get that business up and running, try to get your money, trying to get the loans, try to get the promotion, expand your career, whatever it is. So, or it can even be a debt payoff, or but this is now the space where it opens up for this renewal. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Very, very creativity, very creative oriented. In other words, the maturity that you have now is going to sort of bring stable income, right? With ethical practices, wise, nurturing ideas and financial decisions, balancing, with care, balancing savings with care, balancing the finances with care, balancing the business, the budget, really finding that maturity in your budgeting, or maturity in your job, or maturity in this idea, or the people surrounding you, the team, the company. Finding that stability is very rewarding for you now. You have stood your ground. You have detached yourself from old energies. We are now in a whole new cycle. Again, mastering your ideas, mastering your job, integrating all information, understanding that this is a full cycle and entering a new cycle. Everything's sort of coming together after hard work and hard, the difficulties of bringing it all together, or the difficulties of getting this job. It's there, but now the pieces are sort of fitting. And this is your big picture. This is your vision. This is your long-term goal. And I feel like your ideas now, your ideas, or your creativity, or your idea, or your talent is part of something bigger. That is where you're going to make your wealth. That is going to be where you're going to make your money. But it's, that now your purpose is bigger, your place is bigger. And it's not just about the job. It's not just about your talent or your day-to-day routine in the company. It is about your purpose. And that goes for socially, that goes for professionally, that goes for culturally. This is who you are, this is your personality, this is your ambition, and this is where you place yourself now. In other words, your ideas are part of something much larger. They are going to grow. They are going to grow in a business. They are going to grow in a creative environment. Whatever you put out there, whatever you've been working so hard on, now it's time to evolve for you and the idea and your persona and your ego and your ambition to rise to a higher level of understanding. taking it next level. And this completion, this full circle, full cycle, is that doorway to even more that you've been waiting for, right? You've been disappointed. You've been detaching yourself little by little from these people, little by little, maybe from a past employer, company, or little by little from the past energies because they have disappointed you. It was not enough for you. It was not enough for you. You expected more. You want more. You're more ambitious than that. So if people have disappointed you, or you thought you were going to get that raise, or you thought you were going to get more responsibilities, or you thought that business was going to thrive in that way, or you thought you were going to get partnership, more money, whatever, right? It's going to be different for each and every one. You're out of that. You're out of the Ten of Swords. You're out of the difficulties. You're now ready to move into this new cycle. Now, as we move into this new cycle, right, there is a radical shift. There's a real shift in perspective, and that suspension, that stagnation, right, that you're out of, it was like a surrender to this new transformation and to this new cycle. So it's a radical reorientation of your mind. And maybe you were stuck in a same pattern, in a same type of way of making money, way of doing your job, or way of, wanting your career to progress. And the patterns were sort of rigid. So letting go of control and letting go of past patterns are pushing you into this new cycle. So maybe, even if it was uncomfortable, even if it was unfamiliar, you're now, as you move into this new cycle, it might be a little chaotic because you have to adjust and adapt to new ways. But it's certainly, right, it's also not everything is in your control. So again, letting go of control is adapting to the new energies, right, in a conscious way. Learning to accept and learning to coexist with uncertainty or other ways or other people or other tools. Accepting chaos, accepting change, right? With the Death card, accepting to move in and to let go whatever was holding you back, whatever was weighing heavy on you, whatever the I would say anger, but it's not even anger. It's the resentment, or, all of that was, sort of blocking you. This is accepting to be flexible, and that's rewarding. And that is, learning to change, learning from change instead of resisting and keeping in that same pattern, because that's the way we've always done it, right? This is a moment where resilience is key, adaptation is key, new energies are key, and accepting these new energies to be able to step into a new world with the World card. You've learned a lot. You've learned a lot. Lessons learned, but it's not even lessons. It's also about information, about what the world is about now and how you're adapting to this new way of working. I'm seeing this a lot in all of these readings for all signs. The adaptation is real. The chaos is real. The new world is real. But there's not much of a choice here. And this goes for everyone, whether it's relocating, whether it's working with new tools, whether it's accepting that we don't know everything and that we cannot assume anymore, that we need to learn. No matter how old we are, we have to learn new ways. And I think that a lot of people were not expecting that. A lot of people were not ready for that, specifically people that are sort of at the end of their career and like ready to retire, or, you know, are really riding it off and, you know, being pretty much secure and, being able to do the job blindfolded and, you know, really very good at what you do and very professional and very experienced and very seasoned. Well, everyone needs to adapt. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter where you come from, what your experience is, what your background is, and how long you've been in the job and how experienced you are. There is a period of adaptation for everyone. Okay. I feel like that's the underlining of these readings for this week for sure. The past few weeks. If you're interested in a tarot reading, we do live sessions every week, 3 times a week. Sunday live at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Monday and or Friday at 7 p.m. or earlier. Sometimes it's midday. I have to remain flexible with my schedules, so times might vary during the week, but Sundays are always at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in getting tarot reading, join membership, $5, $10, $20 tier, whatever you wish to give. It supports the channel and it gives you access to a live tarot reading. Real tarot readings. You can ask whatever question you want. Join us in the live. We would love to have you. And whether you want to be a member or not, whether you want a tarot reading or not, join us when you see us going live. Join us with your beautiful energies. We would love to have you, Aries. All right, let's see what this is. This new one card on the world, please. Okay, so 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. You're at the end. You're at the end of that cycle. Pressure, responsibility, stress, a lot of people, a lot of options, a lot of people talking, right? All right, let's go on to the world, please. Yes, there we go. There's the wealth. There's that business person bringing in money. There's that knowledge you have of business and transforming and making ideas into money, or knowing how to generate money. There can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here with you, a business person with whom you're working, but I believe that this is you. Very savvy in your world, very business savvy. I feel like you are a master financially. You have this very strong wealth. You're successful in investments. So the past energies that have been difficult, you are now powering through into a new cycle. Again, the way you know how to do so well, Aries, ambitious and successful in your investments. So either you're taking a financial leadership, or either, this is your business, or you're investing, or you're bringing in money. But you do have the Judgment, which tells me again, with the World card, the Death card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman, all of that telling me that this new cycle is an awakening for you, a new world, a new energy. It's an awakening to evolve. Again, to evolve into a new world, new tools, new ways, new understanding, whether we want it or not, right? It's embracing this new journey and recognizing those patterns in your life that needed either to be healed or that needed to change. The pattern of making money, the pattern of the way you try to find the job or make your money or invest your money, or, the business deals, whatever. This is a sort of cleansing process from the weight of past mistakes, or just releasing any negative karma, past business choices, past money and financial choices, past patterns that you've had, maybe with money or finances or business or professional. This is an awakening to evolve and start fresh. And here, yes, you're starting fresh. All right, one more card on this Wheel of Fortune. Now I'm going to change decks. One more card on the Wheel of Fortune for Aries, please. Thank you. No, 5 of Pentacles. Yes. Oh, but for the Wheel of Fortune, please. Okay. Abundance. Happy with your choice. Again, we're not going to revisit the Judgment. We just went through that. Expect sudden news. Expect an avalanche of communication and information coming your way. Moving forward rapidly. Yeah, stuck with the, with the devil is really stuck in your way. So, but expect this news to really unblock and evolve. This is your new cycle. This is your new way of making money. This is you adapting to this new world, adapting quickly, because I feel like there's a certain stubbornness, Aries, until you realize that, okay, well, if I have to change, if I have to do things differently, even if I'm older and I didn't expect this and I don't feel like it and I might not have the energy anymore and I'm tired of this whole thing and I don't want to be part of it, and because I deserve more, and I've been a business owner for such a long time, or I've been in this job for such a long time, or I know how to transform ideas into money. I know how to do this. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be not number one. I don't want to be that person that's not a successful professional. I need to be successful. I need to be number one. That's your ambition, Aries. And so it takes you a minute to shift. It takes you a minute to understand that you have to go through the chaos and transform to get into this new world. But once you understand, and once you purge and clear and understand that you are also evolving personally to a higher level, not just your job, not just your finances, not just your mind, your business savviness, but also you as an energy and as a person, that's the most difficult part. Then you're all in. Then you're like, okay, well, if I have to do this, I'm going to be number one. If I have to do this yucky work that I don't particularly enjoy and that I don't particularly deserve, I'm going to be all in. I'm going to be the number one, and I'm going to be the best at this. Okay. All right, let's see if there's one last message for the road, Aries. 59% of the people are not subscribed to this channel. So if you enjoy what you're hearing, if you enjoy these readings or come around on a weekly basis or find them entertaining or motivational or bring you messages and haven't subscribed yet, thank you for subscribing. It's time. Click the join button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free for you. And it's a huge support for this channel to be able to deliver these messages on a weekly basis. So thank you for joining if you haven't yet. And for everyone that has supported this channel, that has been here from the get-go and along the way, that has supported, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you. And huge shout out to all the amazing members that without you, this channel probably wouldn't exist anymore. So gratitude to each and every one. All right, one last message for the road, Aries. So thank you, Aries, for your support. Time to join, guys. Time to join. Time to support. And time to subscribe if you haven't yet. Now that you're out of your stuck energy, subscribe. Yeah, there we go. There's the pattern, bound to certain energies. You might have been bound to a partnership, or you have a new person you're going to be working with. You're still in control. You're still in control. There you are. There's exactly this, exactly what I just said. In other words, you're ambitious, you want to have fun, you have a fun personality, you're ready to move forward in a positive way, in a very creative way. You have that energy to move forward, but you are also channeling that inner soul reckoning, right? Okay, who am I? What is this all about? And why am I feeling this way? And why is this so complicated? And why am I not on top of the world making millions, right? I need to be on top of the world making millions. Aries, you don't particularly like to dive into your soul. And, but you know, you're the one that can fix this. You're the one that can, you know, you're the one with the answer. No one else. No one else is there for the answer. You're the one with the answer to be able to move into the next successful cycle. So on to the next successful cycle. Congratulations to you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to each and everyone for being here, for supporting. Gratitude. I want to say that, yep, the magic word here is on to the next successful cycle, or ready for the next successful cycle. Thank you so much for watching. Aries, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.